You wake up in Hercules' body. At first, it's just a feeling of weight. You're lying on a rough bed, a coarse fabric stretched over something like dry grass or wool. There's a simple covering over you, worn but thick. The room is small, stone walls, no decoration. Light comes in through a narrow opening in the wall, more like a gap than a window. The air is dry. There's a faint smell of smoke, like someone cooked or kept a fire going nearby. You sit up. The body moves differently. Not slower, just more certain, like it already knows what to do. There's a clay cup on the table. You pick it up just to feel it, and it cracks in your hand, not completely, but enough to leave a visible fracture. You freeze, you try again, more carefully, but your fingers still press too hard. You're not used to this strength yet. You find a reflection, not a mirror, just a polished piece of metal fixed to the wall. The image is distorted, but clear enough. A grown man, broad shoulders, serrations across the chest and arms. This isn't just a strong body, it's a body that has been used, constantly. You recognize it. This is Hercules. When you step outside, things start to make more sense. This isn't a city the way you know it. It's a settlement. Low houses made of stone and clay. Roofs covered with straw. The ground is packed dirt. People are already working. Someone is carrying water in large clay jars. Someone is repairing tools. Someone is cooking over an open fire. The clothing is simple, cloth and leather, nothing extra. This is everyday life in ancient Greece. You walk a bit further and start noticing how everything works. There's no clear separation between work and rest. People are always doing something. Water has to be carried. Food has to be grown or found. Tools have to be maintained. Life is direct. Nothing happens without a reason. After a while, you remember where you are. This land belongs to King Eurystheus.
The king wants to see you.
And you serve him. Not because you chose to, because you have to. The story begins to come together. Hercules, the son of Zeus, a demigod. But his life isn't about privilege. After a moment of madness, he killed his own family. And now he has to make up for it. That's why he's here. That's why he follows orders. Someone approaches you. He doesn't rush, just tells you that you're being called. You follow. The place you enter feels different. More space, better structure. Guards. This isn't where people live. This is where decisions are made. Inside, King Eurystheus sits above the others. He's dressed better than the people outside, but not extravagantly. Advisors stand nearby. No one raises their voice. Things are handled calmly. He gives you a task, your first one. Kill the Nemean Lion.
Only silence.
At first, it sounds simple. Just another hunt. But then you hear the details. The land around Nemea has been abandoned. Livestock disappears. People go out and don't return. And the most important part, no weapon can pierce its skin.
The omens
Arrows
are
don't
clear.
work. Blades don't
We
work.
must act now.
Now it makes sense.
Agreed.
Why this was given to you, and
The
why it's
reports
the
are
first
confirmed,
labor.
Caesar.
You
The
step
legions
outside
await your
again.
command.
This time you don't just
Then
look
it is
around.
decided.
You start thinking. You pick up your equipment. You take the bow, run your fingers along the string to feel the tension. Make sure it holds. You check the arrows one by one, making sure the tips are still intact. Then place the quiver on your back. You lift the club last. It's heavy, but it sits naturally in your hands, like you've held it many times before. You don't say anything. You just turn and leave. The first part of the road is familiar. People, fields, movement. But slowly things begin to change. Fewer houses, fewer people. Eventually none. The ground becomes dry. The air gets quieter. By the time you're halfway there, you start noticing details. No animals, no birds. Even the insects are barely there. You slow down, not out of fear, just to look more carefully. You start seeing tracks, deep ones, pressed into the ground with unusual force. You crouch, compare them with your hand, and understand, this isn't a normal animal. When you reach Nemea, it's obvious why no one lives here. Nothing is left. The land doesn't look abandoned, it looks emptied. You see the cave, just an opening in the rock. Nothing special, but everything around it is still. You walk around it and find a second entrance. You stop, look at both sides, measure the distance in your head. Then you start gathering stones, slowly, placing them carefully, checking how they hold. You step back a few times, making sure it's enough. Only then do you return to the main entrance. Before going in, you pause, take the bow off your back, draw an arrow, check how it feels in your hand. Everything seems ready. Inside, it's dark. You take a few steps and wait for your eyes to adjust. Shapes begin to appear. Stone, empty space, then a sound. breathing deep, slow. You pull the string, release, the arrow hits and bounces off. You don't move for a second, then try again. Same result. Now you understand, weapons don't work here. You lower the bow, hold it tighter for a moment, just to be sure, then place it back. You take the club, step forward. The movement is sudden. You don't see where it comes from. One moment it's empty, the next it's there. Massive fast, you step back, swing forward. You feel the impact, but nothing changes. You try again, no result. You move back again. This time, not to attack, just to understand, and it becomes clear, this won't work. You lower the club, not dropping it, just letting it hang. You look at the animal, it doesn't rush, as if it already knows you're not a threat. You take a step forward, then another. Close the distance. The lion reacts instantly. It lunges. You catch it. At first it feels like a mistake, too close, too dangerous. But then you feel the body, the strength, your hands hold tighter than expected. You don't think, you just hold, longer than you should be able to, until the resistance fades. When it's over, you don't let go immediately, you make sure. Only then you step back. Outside, the light feels sharper. You stand there for a moment, just adjusting. You return to the body, try to cut the hide. The blade doesn't work. You're not surprised. You look closer, notice the claws, and use them instead, slowly, carefully, but it works. The road back feels quieter. You walk the same path, but you don't look around as much. You already understand what this place is. When you return, everything looks the same houses, same people. But now, they look at you longer, not out of curiosity, because they know you came back. You reach the same place, hand over the hide. The king looks at it, then at you. He doesn't react immediately, but the pause says enough. This wasn't the outcome he expected. By evening, you're back in the same room, same bed, same light. You sit down, take a moment, look at your hands. Now you understand them better. You lie down, the body feels tired in a different way, not from unfamiliar movement, but from knowing what it can do. You close your eyes, and before you fall asleep, one thought stays with you. If today you were Hercules, who will you wake up as next?